Hey folks, it's Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be my AC Transit post-fight commentary. There was an unsanctioned MMA bout on a bus in some city somewhere. If you haven't seen it, you need to go look that up first before you watch this video. Okay, so like I always do, I want to ask the deeper question first. Why were they filming? And why did it start filming when the white guy started asking basically a semi-racist comment, and there's more to this story. I want to know what happened before that, because I didn't see what happened, and the way it starts out, the white guy does look like he's being a little bit racist asking that kind of question. And again, why is the girl filming? It's like this whole situation was a little bit set up, and I ain't saying it was set up. I'm just saying there's more to this story than what's being told. It wasn't just an accident, and she just happened to be recording at that time, you know. So my gut instinct makes me feel like the white guy and the black girl somehow are cahoots together, but I'm not for sure. I don't know. It's strange. There's something deeper there. Anyway, next point. So let's break this down like I always do on my MMA fights. First of all, the white guy shouldn't have said what he said to him, I don't think. Unless there's something prior to that we should have heard of that we didn't hear, which we sort of alluded to it, but I don't know. Okay, with that said, the brother should have known not to be too confrontational, because the old guy, even though he was old, he was definitely 3 or 4 weight classes above him. You know, the little black guy, he looked like he's probably, what, 155? You know, he might have weighed more than that, but that's what weight category should have been fighting at. And you know, Santa Claus, he should have been fighting at, you know, 205 at a minimum, probably even heavyweight. So if the black guy would have been a fan of MMA, he'd have already known he was in the wrong weight class. And again, that's why they probably couldn't sanction it as a MMA. It wasn't a sanctioned MMA bout, because they couldn't get the weight classes right. Okay, so let's see what else. Second of all, you know, it brings up a couple rules that I have. First of all, a little respect goes a long ways. A little disrespect can get you hurt real bad. So first of all, the white guy shouldn't have said what he said, because it's disrespectful in a way. And so he should have walked away. But then, let's see, how did that go again? Blah, 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 back again. And as the white guy's walking away, the black guy should have been, like I said, the black guy should have had more feminine in his life. Like I said, the proper harmony between the masculine and feminine is 85% feminine, 15% masculine. So if the brother would have been paying attention to his surroundings, he would have seen the back of his shirt as he's walking away, and it says, "I am a motherfucker." If somebody has a shirt on their back, and if on the back of their back it says, "I am a motherfucker," it says, "I like to kick ass, I like to beat ass," that's a pretty good damn indication that you don't want to keep escalating the situation, because you're going to get your ass kicked. Which brings up another point that Sun Tzu pointed out in The Art of War. He said, to not know yourself and to not know your enemy, in 100 battles you will not obtain victory. He also said, if you know yourself but you do not know your enemy, you'll win some and lose some. He also said, if you know your enemy but you don't know yourself, you'll win some, lose some. He said, if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you will not be in peril in 100 battles. So the black guy should have been more aware of his surroundings. Now that I think about it, the white guy, I'd seen another interview after this fight, and he'd had another black friend. He'd whipped his ass. I think the white guy was set up by the black girl. That's why she was filming. And the white guy, he knew he could fight. He knew he's a badass. That's why his hands probably hurt, because he's fighting all the time. And as he's younger, and knew he's a badass and needed some, like he said, some weed to kill the pain in his hand. And the brother was set up, and he didn't even know it. He was played really for a fool. That's what really happened. I can see it now. Well, anyway, the brother should have been aware of the Lao Tzu. If he'd have been a fan of MMA and watching my videos, he'd probably have known about the Lao Tzu situation. Okay, the white guy walks away, which brings up another interesting topic. You know, what was it? I think black people used to have to sit on the back of the bus. People want to sit in the white. Now, in this video, the white guy's sitting in the back of the bus, and he's told to go sit in the front of the bus. So that's a little weird in itself. But that's sort of a little ironic in itself, really, if you think about it. And which brings up another situation. Another point. If a person is trying to de-escalate the situation by distancing themselves from you, you need to let it go. The sooner you can let things go, the easier it's gonna be on you. You know, if he'd just talked a little smack and then stopped, he could have felt good about himself, went home feeling, yeah, I'd have beat that white guy's ass if he'd have laid his hands on me. I tell you what I would have done. He didn't want none of it, because that's why he walked his ass to the front of the bus. But if you keep on escalating, some of the baddest fighters, they want to avoid a situation. And it also, the brother should have said, you know what, this guy's sitting in the front of the bus, and I'm giving him lip, and he's still giving me lip back. It's probably an indication he's confrontational and would escalate if I push the buttons a little bit. So, he goes up to the front of the bus talking some more smack, and, you know, he's like, you know, white guy, and they're both smoking smack, escalating, and then the brother goes up and has to lay hands. And I'm telling you, from my own personal experience, I'm a super easygoing guy. You can say a lot of things to me, but when the hands lay on, a switch twitch, and I just can't explain it. It's bad news for a lot of people. And that's bad news, and I think a lot of people are that way. The laying the hands on is a bad situation, which brings up another point. If you don't have the moral authority to be laying your hands on somebody else, you don't need to be laying your hands on nobody, because it will get your ass whipped quick. Which that brings up another point from Sun Tzu. He brought up that you need to have the moral authority, but I think Napoleon's rule basically shows how it works better. The moral is to the physical as 3 is to 1, which basically says if you're in the if you're in the right, you have 3 times the power that you normally had. So this brother was outclassed in weight, and he's also outclassed. Maybe at the beginning he had the moral authority when the white guy was saying a halfway racist thing, but once he went up to the front and laid hands on him, his moral authority was already gone, and so he had a double ass whipping just waiting for him. It was predictable, really, what was going to happen. And this brings up another point. When you've done the wrong thing and got your ass whipped by somebody you didn't think you was going to get your ass whipped by, the next step is to have humility. Don't keep talking a bunch of smack like yeah, next time I'm going to beat your ass, because you ain't going to do it. Especially when you begging, when you tapping out, when you doing a verbal tapping, oh, please quit hitting me. You begging to God even to quit hitting you. Don't come back with a smart ass fucking remark, I'm gonna whip your ass next time. Seriously. It shows foolishness. It shows you did not learn from the ass whipping you got, and it means you're setting yourself up for another ass whipping. Okay. So let's recap the wisdom. He didn't learn the lesson, so let's learn the lesson. First of all, don't engage in verbal combat in a bus and avoid the situation. If it gets verbal, just get the hell off the bus, man. Catch the next bus. Lesson to the brothers. Don't assume a white guy ain't gonna fight. Not every white guy is a coward, and don't assume because he walks away he's a chicken shit that won't put an ass beating on you. Point to white people. Don't go assuming now that this has happened that somehow white people are going to be whipping black people on the bus everywhere. Again, follow the principles I've laid out in this video, and you will stay, relatively speaking, safe. And if you do have to combat with somebody, you will at least be in a statistically advantage in winning any confrontation that comes to you. Anyway, it's an excellent video as far as the AC Transit. I think the public... I don't know which one you should go watch. You go watch some of them. There's some excellent stuff out there and a lot of good commentary, and it's funny as hell. And, oh, I've got it in my favorites, too. It's called Public Hero or something like that. So, anyway, till the next video. Again, this was supposed to be funny, entertaining. It wasn't meant to be a racist thing or anything like that. So, you know, like I say, it's meant to be entertaining. Use this video for what it was meant for. Don't let it get you pissed off or nothing. Later, folks.